unprecedented scenarios.
Finally, I would like to thank my wonderful team, our sponsors, whose support and sponsorship.
To have a small consideration towards we are at the juncture where we are at. But crisis is not something that, given those circumstances, it is against and welcome the chairman.
Michael Kamasinga, His Lordship of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, Isru Balapradamani. To the conference, the conversation starter.
Mr. Kaushal Navratna, attorney at law.
The Bar Association of Sri Lanka, Conference Chairman Mr. Mustafa, which is sought after even by many. Traditionally, the legal community has to have a novel approach, rebuild network.
Possible efforts to return to normalcy.
Firstly, we have to understand that what we have done is we have never had a crisis like this before in Sri Lanka. The political fronts with different people which are connected. So we have the European markets. Thirdly is getting upgrades coming. The whole of West Asia today. That is
as a nation, we are undergoing trying times, and therefore this cannot be a run-of-the-mill conference bringing the legal community together. We were keen to make this conference a conversation starter between the legal fraternity, the policymakers, the bureaucrats, and the business community. If we are to propose as if we are to prosper as a nation, it is important that the legal sector recognizes the importance of entrepreneurship and the entrepreneurs, and the entrepreneurs recognizes the importance of the rule of law. In this regard, it is vital that the political leadership is also included to give ear to the conversation. So we are grateful that His Excellency, the President, has dedicated so much of time to be with us.
As you can see, we have dedicated the conference to discuss the national interest of the country and the role of the legal community for a better future. In this endeavor, we have engaged ourselves with several stakeholders.
On opportunities to enhance necessary skills will help us moving in the right direction to achieve this goal. I would not make any attempt to venture into any of the areas that are to be deliberated in the coming 2 days. I would leave them open for all the distinguished persons who would present their views to engage in fruitful discussions and deliberations.
To have a small consideration towards we are at a juncture where crisis is not something that, given those circumstances, it is a very appropriate.
Professor Michael Kamasinga, conversation. So we are grateful and we driven towards
President of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka.
Your Excellency, the President, the Executive Committee of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, which is sought after even by many. Traditionally, to have a novel approach, rebuild networking economically as never before, the country to the expected direction. It is also imperative in efficient government service.
Fourth flagship event, the annual nationalship of Mr. Mustafa, for the great success achieved in 2022, resilience, realignment, return to normalcy, business and the legal framework, road of these matters. Deliver the interests of our own individual stakeholders in a dispute resolution mechanism are in the respect of the entire nation. This will help us moving in the right direction to achieve
economy sufficient. Other after a situation which could have given us to be, we have to understand that what we have done is we have never had a crisis like this before. The political fronts with different people which are connected. The legal system is not out of the woods. So we have the European markets. Thirdly is getting has its pluses and minuses, but a good fight. The tribunal of the WTO.
If you look at the political situation today, it's unheard of. President with one member in parliament.
running with a parliament which is working together, and there are many members who are crossbenchers. But nevertheless, what is dangerous to me is that this is a parliament which hasn't got political parties with the political structures going down. There are political fronts with different people which are cracked up. And if you ask me today, there are many in parliament who disagree with me, but all the political parties put together in Sri Lanka don't have more than 50% of the voter base supporting them. This is in a country which was highly politicized, and your numbers could go up to even 70%, leaving 10% to decide your fate. That's what it is. Some are happy at the present economic situation, thinking we are out of the woods. No, we are not out of the crisis that came last year. We are still a bankrupt nation. The economic stabilization has just taking place. We get off it when the debt restructuring is done, both the foreign debt and the domestic debt. As the governor will tell you, it won't cause a lot of worries of what will happen with the domestic debt, whether there be another crisis. He will tell you it won't. But we have to go through this phase. Thereafter, we have to decide what's the next step. Where are we going? What are we going to do? We can't go on the same way. We have to repay our debts. We get a longer time. That's one. Secondly, we'll have to keep borrowing again because the balance of trade is not in our favor. So you come back to the same situation in another 5 to 7 years' time. That's why we've got to, this time, make a genuine effort to ensure that the economy will be on a growth path.